Welcome to the most must-see WWE talk show in history. Welcome to
the Slamburger and French Fries podcast. This is Brandon.
And Steve on.
And we are here to talk to you now about wrestling. Yay!
And wrestling.
And wrestling-related news, all that stuff. I'm happy that Memorial Day weekend sounds like it was pretty decent for you. Sounds like you guys were pretty busy running around getting sun on you guys and the kids.
I ain't burnt, but the boys are.
Yeah.
'Cause they're white.
They burn up a little faster. But yeah, Memorial Day weekend was good, successful. I hope everybody had a safe holiday traveling around and got some barbecue in you. And had a couple cold ones and enjoyed having your loved ones around you, that kind of thing.
Or just remembered that Walmart employees need to remember too.
Remember that while you're at home being selfish, thinking about veterans, that there are Walmart employees out there still really fighting for the little guy. That is for those of you out there listening that have no idea what we're talking about. We've got a buddy who runs another wrestling podcast. We won't say your name, Tim, but on Facebook, laid a gripe out there about still having to work Memorial Day, and
like, Joe, you're our hero.
Yeah, Joe.
I don't know who you are, Joe.
Yeah, we don't know who you are, Joe, but God bless you. Joe came out and smacked him back into reality. Like you complaining about working on Memorial Day? Oh my God! You know people died, right?
So yeah. Back to wrestling.
Yeah, back to wrestling. All right, here we go.
That's wrestling related.
Yeah, that's sort of wrestling related. Okay, so the first thing I had was everybody knows Impact. Don Callis from Impact Wrestling went on record as saying that he feels that the quote unquote cool heel should be done away with. Like he's obviously referring to like Cody and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and that kind of thing. Everybody basically thinking that the heels are cool, like they're the new good guys, whatever. That's not the case at all. It's just
which is what Stone Cold was all of 98 through his rest of his career.
Exactly.
So yeah, do away with what the biggest thing in wrestling was or has been forever.
Yeah.
Or not forever, but the last 20 years.
Well, and I understand where he's coming from on the fact that wrestling, along with any good story, is best told when there's a good guy and a bad guy. Something that the good guy's fighting against and could possibly vanquish or not. I get it. I understand it. But at the end of the day, are you really going to try and stomp a mud hole in, like you said, the biggest draw of the wrestling business for the last close to or upwards of 25 years?
Well, I mean, not the biggest. I mean, you got Cena in there who they haven't turned heel, which everyone has wanted forever.
Right.
And he's the only super face since Hulk Hogan.
Right, but that's an abnormality. That's
But is that what he's saying though? He wants John Cena versus. I mean, who's an ultimate heel that's never no one thinks is cool? I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
now.
I can't think of one right off the top of my head.
Exactly.
I think Rusev was there for a little bit before Rusev Day.
Yeah.
And
I think before that, JBL was a good example of a bad guy that everybody hated.
Yeah.
No, I never once heard anybody go, you know who's my favorite right now? JBL. Except for when he was APA.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
you found one, though. So
yeah.
So he wants Cena versus JBL. for every match.
Forever and ever. Yeah. No, it's got to be switched up. The world's changing. Wrestling changes. I mean, you just got to be prepared for stuff like this to stick around for a while. There's going to be new stuff happening all the time. I don't see the cool heel changing anytime soon, because the cool heel, I think for most people, if not everybody, represents going up against the system, going against what you've been told since birth was the right thing to do or the right way to go. And now these guys are coming in going, no, I don't like that, so I'm going to go into business for myself. And there's a lot of people out there that feel that way about their job, feel that way about school, feel that way about, local crossing guard. Like,
oh, I hate that one on 18th and
what's that cross street?
Lincoln.
Don't be starting beefs.
I don't know. She's got some beef probably in that van that she parks down the street.
She's just got a van full of beef.
She parks like you turn to drop the kids off to school.
Yeah.
And her van is right there.
Yeah.
About 20 feet in front of the sign that says no parking here to the corner.
Uh-huh.
So she's already illegally parked there.
How dare she?
And on top of that, she's just like the meanest old woman. I'm trying to keep it still PG.
This broad.
She keeps her kids. My kids don't walk, so whatever.
Well, two questions. One, do you think you could take her in a match?
I want to book it.
Two, when are we making this match happen?
Yeah. Can we do it at the new show?
We'll film it guerrilla style. But yeah, so Don Callis again. He's been around for a while.
She would be the ultimate heel.
The crossing guard?
Yes.
Oh God.
We found one.
If she came down like holding one of those signs in one of the vests, we could bedazzle the shit out of her vest.
We ain't doing anything. She's already a heel. Don't bedazzle it.
But that's the thing.
And they'll start liking her.
You gotta add some flair to it.
And then she'll be like over the top because she'll be
Right.
flair. She'll be like, "Woo! You can cross now, woo!" And then they'll start liking her. I'll be like, "She's the most coolest crossing guard ever now."
I don't know if you know this or not, but she's kind of got it going on. But yeah, Don Callis been around for a while. I think unless he can help come up with the next big thing, you're kind of SOL, bud. Like this has been going strong now for a while.
Yeah,
and they find new and inventive ways to do the cool heel side of things. So unless you can find a cool way to do the now, me personally, I feel like they didn't do enough with the Hurricane Helms angle. Like having a wrestler that goes the superhero route. I think that would have been genius. If they actually had full storylines with, say, Shane Helms and his Hurricane character. I always enjoyed like the interviews when he'd be backstage in like the black rimmed glasses and in the suit, and they're like, "We know who you are. What are you talking about?" I always thought that was a nice little touch, but unless they can come up with new avenues to go with something to go against or go up against the cool heel, we're screwed. Yeah. So you got something over there?
I got stuff.
What did you got?
Stuff. I don't know if we've seen for All In at Ring of Honor this past week. They announced that if Cody Rhodes wins the title, which I don't know what so first I'll go Ring of Honor before All In.
Right.
Cody Rhodes versus Dalton Castle. What's your feelings on that? Who do you think's going over?
I don't know. Going into this big show, you got to think business wise. They've worked something out to where Cody goes over.
I think Cody's going over. Dalton's got some injuries and stuff there. I like the idea of that match already.
Yeah.
Because Dalton Castle and the boys against Cody and Young Bucks.
Right.
I mean, it's still just Cody versus Dalton Castle, but all of them involved, I think it'll be a
right.
pretty
If
good
they're
match.
if they're ringside, it's
Yeah,
going to add
yeah.
something to it.
And then so Cody goes over, and as long as so Cody winning the Ring of Honor title means that at All In, it is Nick Aldis versus Cody Rhodes, title versus title. NWA has approved that already.
Wow.
NWA title versus Ring of
Yeah.
Honor title.
Now that could be huge. So going into this match against Dalton Castle, you got to think it has to be Cody
Yeah,
for this show.
especially since NWA's on their Twitter already announced that it's Cody Rhodes, Nick Aldis for the title versus title. So
Yeah,
good job, NWA.
right. Is Ian Rotten running their Twitter? Or? No. So if anything, I think the business wise, not just wrestling. I guess business wise, the smartest idea they would have is for everybody to be, pardon the use, but all in on this idea of having Cody go over, so he takes the title in there, because this doesn't just get eyes on Cody and the Young Bucks and all the guys putting on the show, but it gets all eyes on indie wrestling as a whole in general.
Yeah.
So the idea that they would have, I don't know, I could also see some sort of swerve coming in, and Dalton like still taking the title just so that they could have some sort of like, what are you gonna do now? And like, oh, let's have a rematch.
I like the idea of Cody Rhodes winning the NWA title though, and being his dad.
Yeah.
That's the thing I like the most of it. I mean,
Yeah.
Cody getting a chance at the NWA title is awesome.
Absolutely.
I mean, really, like,
And that's the thing. He hasn't gotten it off of his name.
No.
He hasn't gotten it just because, we know who your daddy is.
Yeah.
He's gotten it because he's been on the road busting his ass ever since he left WWE, and it shows.
yeah, and that's what makes it all the better though of him getting to that point.
Yeah.
So the NWA part going into it, I thought that was pretty sweet, and him doing that. I mean, really, like, All In doesn't need anything. I mean, so I don't know if you saw, CM Punk is doing a sign event for Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah.
The day before, and it sold out in under a minute.
Yeah.
And then he was also backstage at the All In press conference. He does have his second UFC fight in Chicago on June 9th. So depending what happens there, if he gets the crap kicked out of him again,
Right.
is he going to go back to wrestling? If he's going to be at All In, All In doesn't need him.
Right.
They sold out on their own, so they don't have pay-per-view. They don't have anything like that set up for All In. I
Yeah.
mean, he was at the backstage of it, but I don't think Punk's going to be there at All In.
No,
As much as everyone wants to see that, he's there for this and he's going to be there. It's like,
right. Well, and that's exactly it. All In doesn't need him, but if Punk shows up, that's like throwing the most big beautiful steak on top of an already full complete meal. Like that would be kind of kicking dirt in the face of the competition while they're still down. You know what I mean?
And that's the only thing. So I think the biggest part of, I think we got to see what happens at his second UFC fight.
Yeah.
Because it's been gone this long, and this is only his second fight.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, in the UFC and Bellator, if I'm not mistaken, the time in between fights usually goes a little bit lengthier, just because there's training, there's a little bit of studying your partner that goes into it. But even for a UFC or a Bellator fight, this has been a while.
He's had a lot of time between.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing of him. So, like, you brought up Bellator. So, he gets the crap kicked out of him in UFC again. I don't see him coming back to wrestling before he goes to Bellator. Because that is their draw, is the mainstream names, stuff like that. Like, they don't have to be good fighters for Bellator.
Right. Yeah. Just like, do you fight? Come on in.
Do you fight and do you draw?
Right.
You draw? Sure.
Exactly.
I don't care how you fight.
Right. No, and
So I think that's where he goes next anyways. I don't
Yeah.
even see him coming back straight to wrestling.